This is TWiT.
Did you know that your auto warranty has expired? And
I love those calls.
I worst
play with those people.
The Robocall campaign, the FCC has now proposed a record $300 million fine because those auto warranty robocalls, they almost all came from one group, one company.
What?
Two men.
That's crazy.
Two men.
Yeah. That's funny.
Roy Cox Jr. and Michael Aaron Jones. Since 2018, two guys orchestrated the scam that sent billions and billions of calls using a network of domestic and
I wonder how much
voice
they
services.
made. Like, I really want.
think they made a
this
lot.
is mean. I know this is mean. I'm sorry if you're one of them, but I wonder who is stupid enough to buy a warranty from these people. And it had to work because they did it for how many years? So
But that's
I
the spam
really
business
want to know
model,
how
surely.
much they made it.
The investigation
you spam
from-
enough things out at low cost.
That's
and
exactly right.
Sooner
Costs
or
you
later,
nothing.
some idiot will do it, and this is the way of it. I mean, honestly, I thought the fine was too little. I would prefer them to have been kept in a room, and everyone who's received a robocall could go in and slap them in the face once a year. You know?
They reached more than 500 million U.S. phone numbers. Wait a minute. How many
There
people?
are 330 million people in the United States.
But 500 million U.S. phone numbers. So basically everybody.
Yeah, but people have mobile and fixed
and most of you got
lines,
called
so,
twice. With more than 6
And
billion
office lines.
calls in the first 6 billion calls in the first 3 months of 2021. 6 billion. So 500 million phone numbers, 6 billion calls. That
You know what,
means
though?
every number got 12 calls.
I have an Android phone, and I never got one of them. None of them ever made it through. Google's voicemail spam thing was
It does
awesome.
work really
That is
well.
all.
Yeah,
it really works very well indeed.
You know what's funny? The AT&T Protect thing. I remember being in a situation where friends and I were having lunch, and I got one of those calls. And then as soon as I hung up from the person, because it was starting to learn how to get an 808 area code, right? That's been the most crazy one. And being a business owner at the time, I got to answer the phone, got to see who it is. And then I hung up, and then my buddy's phone rang, and then my other buddy's phone rang. And I was like, wait a minute. Everybody here got AT&T? And they were like, yeah. And then so that was the craziest thing to me, is to be in a situation and have all the robocalls happen to a group of people at a lunch table. That was just weird.
Huh.
But telcos have an inbuilt bias in terms of not dealing with this, and they make a small amount of money from each call. So they really need to get their act,
right?
They
Spam
need to
doesn't
get their act together and actually say, look.
And AT&T charges you for RoboProtect, which is
here's the good news.
I think it's free now, but before it used to be $5.
The FCC is finally, they've been doing it very slowly, but they finally moved towards making this illegal. They have that stir and shaken protocol, and they're slowly moving overseas carriers off of this protected list, so that requiring AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon to block calls that are not authenticated. So it according to the FCC, the number of robocalls dropped 99% once this shaken and stirred framework was implemented. According to RoboKiller, which is a service that kills these, robocalls have remained at a lower level since we reviewed trends in October 2022, which leaves us hopeful this is the final nail in the coffin for the infamous car warranty robocall. But what happens is it's just one or two people that does all of this. The FCC's previous record fine was against a telemarketer in Texas, $225 million. In November, the agency took action against a voice service provider, Earth Access, URTH. Earth Access, 40% of October's student loan debt relief scam calls. You get any of those? I did. I don't have a student loan. 40% came from one company. And eventually I think these companies will be removed from the network entirely, which let's hope.
So are anybody getting texts now instead of the calls?
Yeah, that's why.
The text ones are more funny because we're cracking about the text every time. And I just been taking shots of them and posting them on my IG from time to time. They'll be good and they'll miss one stupid typo or they'll gap something. And I was like, you freaking idiots. If you got that one little part right, you'd catch more people. Like I almost want to consult them on how not to do it. But it's always, oh, we got a package waiting for you. And I'm always getting packages. So I have to look at it again and like, yeah, DHL is not going to text me from some weird, stupid number to tell me that my package from Small Rig is coming in late. But it's really funny to see the typos and stuff that they put in. And it's like, oh my God, if you guys knew how to spell, you might catch more people.
They call this, by the way, smishing. Because it's phishing via SMS.
SMS phishing.
When I say they, I'm going to put that in air quotes. They call it smishing.
But this is why I was so encouraged to see Lina Khan, as head of the FCC, because she takes this stuff seriously. And the FCC has finally got out of its gridlock and is starting to move on this. And yeah, they will face the wrath of Khan, and she knows what she's talking about, and she knows where the weak spots are. So all power. Let's get it done.
Did any of you see?
That's the FTC.
FTC.
Oh, damn it.
TC.
And the FCC is Rosen
Jessica
Worsel. But you know what?
Yeah.
We are waiting for Gigi Sohn to be brought in as SC.
They've made the nomination
not,
again. But now that we control the Senate, Gigi has a shot. Let's see.
So, yeah.
Is that an iPhone in your hand? Wait a second. Is that an Apple Watch on your wrist? And do I see an iPad sitting there on the table? Oh my goodness! You are the perfect person to be watching iOS Today, the show where Rosemary Orchard and I, Micah Sargent, talk all things iOS, tvOS, watchOS, HomePod OS. It's all the OSs that Apple has on offer, and we show you how to make the most of those gadgets. Just head to twit.tv/iOS to check it out.